It's dusting powder season. Let's talk about the power of influence. Hey, sister, cousin, friends, nieces, and Thundercats. My name is B, and I am the owner and the creator of B Enchant perfume dusting powders, the phenomenon on TikTok that started the trend. Now, 2 years ago, I came on TikTok with my love of perfume dusting powders. I talked about the vintage feel, the luxury, the beauty, the elegance, and the elevation of what a perfume dusting powder does for your body and for your mind. So 2 years ago, right, I came on TikTok and I wanted to share with the world about this beautiful self-care ritual that had been long lost. And so I wanted to talk about dusting powders and why I use dusting powders, how I use dusting powders, and so on, right? I introduced the world to my brand, which is B Enchant perfume dusting powders, and I specialize in designer inspired dusting powders. So I wanted to talk about it. Right? And so we pushed the algorithm, posting 3, 4, 5 times a day. And when I first came on, there was nothing really on TikTok about dusting powders. Now, you could find Mega Babe, you could find body powders, but when it came to perfume dusting powders, and as well as the love of them, there was nothing being talked about. But oh my God, what a difference 2 years has changed. Many of you fell in love with my accessories, not only the powders, but the accessories. And for me, it was about elevation. I said from the very beginning that dusting powders for me was about elegance. It was about elevation. It was about love and luxury. It was something that our mothers, our grandmothers, and a pastime that has been gone for a long time. Many of the major fragrance houses used to carry dusting powders with their favorite perfumes. And that fell off many, many, many years ago. Yes, you can find still some of the old school ones on Amazon and everything, and online, like Elizabeth Taylor, Elizabeth Arden, and all of those. You remember even Avon used to have body powders. They were body powders, not dusting powders, but they used to have scented perfume body powders to match their fragrances. Well, you couldn't find any of that. So what I did was I brought my love of it as well as my experience of it into the world of TikTok. I'm gonna tell you, when I first started doing it, I would go on Amazon and I'm trying to look for dusting powder containers and all the different things, because a lot of my items are vintage items or things that I've collected over the years. And you really couldn't find anything. I love large candy dishes, so that's the direction that I moved in, because usually my puffs are really, really big. I opened up an Amazon cart or an Amazon storefront so that I'm able to share with people as people started to fall in love with them, what they can utilize and what I did in order to make my experience what I needed it to be. I didn't want to just sell you a product. I really wanted all of the girls to know what a beautiful self-care ritual this is, how it's going to keep you dry, fresh, how it's a natural antiperspirant, how it's going to make your fragrances reach, how it's going to make your fragrances last, how you can match your dusting powders with your favorite designer fragrances. Now, the power of influence is crazy, you guys, because since then, there are tons of dusting powder companies and brands just popping up all over TikTok, not only on TikTok, but on Amazon too. I'm telling you guys, this has been crazy. That is the power of influence. If you have followed me from the very beginning, you really had a seat to see it happen in 4K. Now, all powders aren't the same. Again, I specialize in designer-inspired perfume dusting powders. I'm not talking about peach sass and, play with me this and, all marshmallow bliss and all of these different fragrances. I really focus on specific notes in specific niches of fragrance. I'm for the designer girlies. I'm for the it girlies. I'm for the girlies that don't mind and understand that, hey, fragrance, that there's levels to it. And I get it. I might not be for everybody, but it's funny when I look around and I'm scrolling through TikTok and I see a dusting powder company pop up or somebody new doing it. I see powder princesses, and that was never a topic at all on TikTok whatsoever. But for me, it just goes to show you the power of influence, right? It is when people see that something not only is good, and is taking off, just like you see the talk pieces and all of the different videos and people jump on the trending sounds, people are going to jump on the opportunity to jump into a niche that hasn't really been talked about. And I do truly believe that there's room out here for everybody, because at the end of the day, for me, I have developed a customer base because I focus on the product I focus on the quality. I also focus on my customers. I focus on how they feel. I focus on what it does for them. I focus on service. It's really not about getting thousands of sales. That's really why I'm not on TikTok Shop. Because for me personally, I want to make sure that I can service my customers the correct way. I don't like to be rushed. I want to make sure that my delivery methods are what my customers like. I want to be able to communicate with my customers effectively. And so it's just not for me. Now, I'm not knocking anybody that does it. It's just not for me, sis. But if you see dusting powder on TikTok, just know that someone, a friend of a friend of a friend actually saw dusting powders and the influence of it through me on TikTok. And I'm honored to really be that person. I wanted to reach the girls. Now, we are slap dab right in the middle of dusting powder season. And I just want to showcase one of the many powders that are part of Enchant Perfume Dusting Powders collection. We have over 50 designer inspired fragrances. And this one is Petal Pop. Petal Pop is a direct mirror of Carolina Herrera Good Girl Blush. We also have the perfume oil elixir to match. And when I say perfume oil elixir, I mean, I feel like a lot of people have gotten used to a lot of the perfume oils here on TikTok. This is concentrated, baby. This is elevated perfume oil. It's not loaded with carriers. It's not watered down with carriers. This is going to take that fragrance to the next level. Petal Pop is definitely one of the girls' favorite fragrances. Enjoy your dusting. I'm so happy to be able to have brought this to you guys. And if you're interested in a different level of dusting powder, come see TT about it. We also have beautiful accessories because, again, like I said, it's all about elevation. It's about elegance. If you've been dusted by Enchant, drop in the comments what your favorite fragrance is, what you love the most about Enchant dusting powders, and more so, if you've been here from the beginning, let me know it in the comments. All right, as always, TT loves you.